What up, Champ Crew? It's your boy, guest D-Jack here on Almost Game Day podcast on SGSR Podcast Network. I have the two hosts next to me, Toby Wilson. Say what's up, Tobe.
What's up, Champ Crew?
And I got my boy, Zak Herbstreit. Say what's up to him, man.
How we doing?
You know, I'm just happy to be here, man. Happy to support my boys. You know, huge fan of the podcast. Been looking to get on for a second now, but I'm glad I'm here, man.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally had it.
Way to bring the energy.
Hey, man. It's BYOJ. Bring your own juice.
Bring your own juice, and it's
what it is.
Mm-hmm. It was hell of a start.
But it's also BYOC. Bring your own champ.
Bring your own
Let's
champ.
go.
And we're starting this episode off immediately with the champ of the week.
Boom.
Tope, hit it.
Boom, bang, bow. My champ of the week happens to go to all of the ligaments inside of Marvin Harrison Jr.'s knee for staying intact while he made that miraculous catch on the sideline. Did you see that picture?
Shout out to those ligaments.
Did you see that picture of him on the sideline, the way his knee is just contorted?
Mm-hmm.
And then you look on the sideline, you see Tom Allen just standing there, just in awe. Can't believe it.
I didn't see the picture.
Zach, you go.
Speaking on that knee, I was watching it from the line, and I was like, no way he's gonna get in bounds, because like he was like falling out, cornerback was pushing him out. All of a sudden, I saw that right foot come out of nowhere
Somehow.
and stamp its way into the green. And I was, you know what? He's just him.
Somehow, some way. Same thing with going on that. Like, did you see that Justin Jefferson catch? Just like a.
I did.
But that wasn't foot. That was just he ripped it out.
He just wanted it, man. It's one of those
That's
things.
not my champ, by the way. It's not my champ. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Donovan, who is your champ of the week?
My champ of the week, maybe a little selfish, but my champ of the week is number 6 from Indiana. Shout out to him. We made a tactical agreement not to rush me on field goal. Really appreciate that. You know, you never went after a long 10-play drive. You know, you're sweating all over the place, muscles sore, knees aching, and then you just gotta get ran through on field goal trying to hold up for the kick. But he's like, he was like, you know what, man, I got you today.
James Head Jr.
Shout out to you, man.
Hey, James Head.
Thanks for giving me a heads up, man.
Senior, thanks for James Head Senior. Thanks for raising your kid right.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Sorry about that editing. That's gonna be bad. But anyway, champ of the week here, and this is can we throw in some sad music for this?
Get the violins going.
Kevin Conroy, he played Batman for 40 plus years, something like that. He passed away, and he was just a major part of a lot of people's childhood. So, rip Kevin, champ of the week. You're just doing such a good job, man. It was all the Arkham games. If you played those, I don't know if you have. Donnie probably has.
Yep.
They're just great games.
Mm-hmm.
And just TV. What is it? Batman the Animated Series. I grew up watching that. So good, man. So good. But, rip to Kevin. The GOAT. Champ of the week right there.
The GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
The GOAT. But yeah.
Throw that clip in there.
That's why he's the GOAT.
That's why he's the MVP.
The GOAT. Throw that in. Yes, please.
Yeah. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Going off strong with a champ of the week there.
Dude,
good.
Yeah, we were coming out hot. We mentioned the Justin Jefferson catch.
Yeah.
What a game.
33-30. OT.
LeBron called it, man.
Just, hey, man.
Game of the year.
Wait, what was that? There was a meme. It's just I told Bronny not to get up.
Yeah.
Because I felt this was something.
It's like a video of him from 2007.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
About Kobe scoring 81. He was like, I knew he was going to score 81 the whole time. And people are going after that.
No, but there's multiple instances of him lying about stuff.
Yeah.
And him
you see the book one?
Yeah. It's just I love reading it. His takeaways, stuff like that.
So, circling back to that Bills game, how about Josh Allen still slinging it after that little injury? What was it, UCL? You know, I did a little research on that, and that's not something you just come back from. So shout out to him for toughing through that, making some plays down the clutch. Obviously, they didn't get the result they wanted in the end, but I thought he had a great performance in the game.
A lot of people this weekend toughened it up with an injury.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking at one of them.
This guy. Toby, you want to say what happened?
So I'm the third string long snapper, and I'm running down on Thursday pooch period. I snapped the ball. I'm sprinting. Coach Day's watching. I got to impress this guy. I got to get blazing.
Just don't screw up. That's all you're thinking. Don't screw up. Don't screw up.
And this is a time where I get to show off my moves, my athleticism. And I
Speed.
tell you what, I mean, that hamstring popped. Wow. I've never felt so unathletic in my life.
Let's get a little reenactment. You're going straight like a freight car, and then all of a sudden you
Freight car?
derail.
Oh yeah.
Freight train.
Yeah,
Freight car, train.
I just
You just derail, man.
it popped.
Yeah.
I thought I snapped the dang thing. But dude, I was wobbling off the field, wobbling.
Same
And,
thing.
Yeah.
You're like, ah.
No, apparently Quinn said I was going off, and I was just going ow, 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 ow. Yeah. Yeah, I toughened it up. Really put the, I decided I wanted to be like Greg Jennings and put the team on my back. Though.
Put the team on his back.
Greg
Jennings.
You guys ever seen that video?
So like Madden
video
videos,
of
like
Madden.
I put the team on my back. He's like grabbing his leg and running down the sideline.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Oh, back into a little football talk here. Sorry. Titans down. I think it was like 14-0. I'm throwing in the towel already. Just thinking, nope, don't even. I turned the game off. I was like, I'm not even watching. Don't even care. We couldn't even get a first down. All of a sudden, boom, something snaps. Little flea flicker. It was sick. You see that on like NFL? It was awesome. Anyway, scored. Had momentum. Defense played like outstanding. We had like 4 or 5 guys down. Won in the end. 6-3, I believe. 17-10 against the Broncos. Titans Nation, let's ride.
I got a hot take for you.
Hit me.
Jeff Saturday and the Indianapolis Colts are going to kill the Titans.
We already swept them.
Did they have Jeff Saturday?
No, but we already swept them. They're not going to play us again. Sorry about it.
It's going to happen.
They barely beat the Raiders. I think we beat the Raiders by at least 17.
Win is a win. You go in there only with one expectation, Herb. What is it?
To win.
To win. And they got it done.
No matter how you get there, as long as there's a W in the column.
With a Get Up TV host.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
Where was he? Like, he was a high school coach before, right?
Yeah.
And then now he's dominating.
Pretty sure he had a losing record on that high school team.
I got a question. Speaking of hosts that could be going into coaching, how would your dad do as a coach, Zach?
My father,
Yep.
as a coach,
Put him in command of an NFL team. How's he doing?
I'd say out of 17 games, I'd say it's at least 11 or 12 he'd win.
Oh.
He's a competitive guy, He's gonna get you to do your job. I'd say like a little Belichick-y around there. And yes, I made that a word, Belichick-y. But
All right.
Put in the dictionary.
put it
Yeah.
in there.
Put
Put
it
it
in
in
the
there.
dic- yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Can we add like a
I think
little-
that would be like a sight to see. I think it would. We'll throw him out there. I've seen him play. Just
let him
sometimes.
compete.
Just
you
let
know?
him. I've seen him play. Last like sporting event I saw him playing. He was in like some celebrity softball game and went yard like 2 times. Just up to the plate, just boom. Had that nice little cocky jog around the bases. He like, I don't know why, but they put him at catcher for some reason. So he was just like slinging just the ball. But he tagged out Macklemore, the rapper, at home plate. There's a picture of it. I don't know if I can get you that picture, but there is a
Holy
picture of it.
cow.
It was sick.
Mm.
What?
Johnny,
What?
how about them boys, man?
How about that?
Broke my heart a little bit, man.
Oh,
See, I wasn't able to watch the full game because we were in practice, but I saw the result of it, and I was confused. I watched at one point they were up 2 touchdowns. I'm like, oh, signed, sealed, delivered. It's ours,
hot.
And I came back after I believe it was overtime, and I was like, hold on now, this ain't what I thought it was going to be. The Packers, who I believe was on a 5-game losing streak,
3-6.
lost to the Lions. And they somehow beat my boys. So that was a tough pill to swallow. I woke up refreshed. Moving on. I feel like we're gonna be all right.
Are you a Ravens fan now?
I am.
He's a Cowboys fan and a Ravens fan somehow, and that I don't know.
born into a Cowboy household, but obviously born in the early 2000s. So I grew up watching Ray Lewis, Ed Reed fly around.
The man right.
So I was like, you know what? I like this team a lot. So I was just like, I just like these 2 teams. I'm from Houston, Texas. Don't really like the Texans,
No,
but
he's not from Houston.
I am literally from Houston, Texas.
No,
Born
you're
and
not.
raised. Birth certificate said so.
No, you're from Cypress, Texas.
Still in Texas.
Cypress, Texas. That's 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
But if I tell you I'm from Cypress, Texas, will you know where that is?
Oh,
Yeah,
what part
it's
is that?
40 minutes outside of Houston.
You only know that because you're friends with me.
I
But
didn't know that.
if I were to walk down to the Oval, like, hey man, you know where Cypress, Texas is?
You asked Zach that question. I bet he wouldn't know.
9 times out of
You know
10, they're gonna be like, where is that?
No.
Where's Cypress, Texas at?
40 minutes from Houston.
Well,
Look at that guy.
yeah.
He knows.
Told you.
Anyway, Donnie, I actually have some questions for you.
Hey, Liberate man.
Are the stereotypes about high school football in Texas true?
I would say it is very true. You know,
It's just the best in America. Them, like Florida, I'd say California's in there too.
Ohio.
Tennessee, maybe too.
Division I Ohio football is top 5 in America.
I think Tennessee's up there too. The Big
No, it's
Red.
not.
The big shout out Big
They
Red.
just beat Down's team.
I know. Shout out Big Red beating Christian Brothers, by the way. Big Red, man. 11-0, I think.
Yeah, turn me up.
I would definitely say football in Texas is a huge thing, almost a religion of sorts.
I know.
It's like if you're not playing football, you better have a really good reason of you not to. Like you better be like very good in baseball, very good in basketball. If you're still very good in basketball, they expect you to play football anyways. You know, I was hitting since I was like 6. And so it's obviously a huge thing. Like I remember my high school games, they had like giant stadiums that filled out.
I mean, they're big too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're big. They're like probably bigger than some D3 schools, I think.
Yeah. My school almost filled out the U of H stadium for one of our, like, not even a state championship game, just a regular game against one of our rivals. So it's and I went to a private school, and obviously private schools are not as big as the public schools. The public school stadiums around my neighborhood in Cypress, ginormous.
How do you pronounce your Episcopal?
Episcopal high school.
Episcopal.
Episcopal.
It's really, if you look at the just like the word, you want to say it wrong.
Episcopal.
It's something about it. You're like, I don't know.
But it's Episcopalian church.
Episcopal.
Episcopalians. Yeah, school.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Great football school. We had Jalen Waddle went there. Shout out J-Dub.
Did he ever come back for games?
He did come back for games. And anytime I played, it was like, so when you come to Bama, and I was like, I'm not.
Not happening.
But we always joke about that. Walker Little, I believe he's still on the Jags. Marvin Wilson, shout out Big Marv, he's on the Eagles. But yeah, they would.
Last name.
Yeah, good last name. But yeah, they would come back to see games all the time, and you know, it was great seeing those guys. It was a great school. I love my time at EHS.
That's good. That's good.
I went to EHS at one point, Edgewood High School in Ellisville, Indiana. Great program. Notice how I said program
I like how you said it.
and not program.
Program.
Great program. Here we go, Stangs.
Now, Toby, I have a question for you real quick.
Yes.
How did it feel beating Indiana for you? It was a little personal game for you.
Yeah, not as personal as it used to be.
You know, but still, you know, you
Like
live there.
first year we're here, like 2017 when we beat them, it was like
Big personal.
like I'm ready to fight anyone. And the game was like, it was the first game of the year. It was in Bloomington. So like I'm back, all my friends are there, and I'm like just on edge. But as years go on, like it kind of dulls down a little bit. Last year was really fun getting in because it was kind of like, I don't know, it was fun going against
Your friends.
yeah, well, friends and just the team that I used to really root for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt good.
Feel good.
It felt good. I was talking a lot of smack.
I know. I saw you.
There's a clip of me on TV. I'll send you the clip. CJ throws a ball and it gets tipped or whatever, and they like zoom in on the DB who's just standing there like an NPC, and you can see me in the background like barking at him. Yeah, Donovan, I got a question for you. Who would win in a fight, a silverback gorilla or a grizzly bear?
Man, I'm gonna have to go grizzly bear, and here's why. They got claws. You know, a gorilla I think would win in a strength battle, but you can't throw a bear, but you can scratch up a gorilla.
You'd be surprised how throwable bears are. Can we throw in that one clip from Predator? Like the new Predator? He's just like throwing a bear over his head.
Never seen it.
Throw that in.
What's your opinion on that matter?
I think a gorilla all day.
Really, why?
Too much strength, too much aggressiveness. Bears are only aggressive when they're hungry and when they're trying to protect. But if a bear's just there, that gorilla's on edge at all times.
But that's not the context of the
And
question.
look how strong they are. Look how big and strong they are. They don't even like know. They don't eat as much protein. Like they're not drinking protein shakes. They're not out here on Max on Mondays bench pressing with a slingshot around their elbows.
No, they aren't.
They're not doing that.
You know what
And
they are
look
doing?
at them.
They're being great out there in
You know
the
what they are
wilderness.
doing? They're beating up grizzly bears.
I don't know. Here's my question. Is it a fully grown gorilla? Like fully grown, I'm talking like
800 pounds.
You know that video of that gorilla like sliding in? And he's just like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That gorilla. Yeah. He like slides and like turns his back to the glass. Are we talking like that big? Plus,
Huge gorilla.
And is it just a regular grizzly bear?
Male.
Or is it a regular grizzly bear or like a Kodiak from like Alaska and it has like too much salmon to eat, so he's like reasonably big?
We're talking about unreasonably big.
Okay.
Like
so I think
whole,
I go
like
bear
yeah.
then.
Unreasonable.
I go bear then. I go bear if it's just because, you know, if they stand on their hind legs, they're at least 12, 13 feet tall.
See,
Gorilla ain't stopping that, man.
See, all a gorilla can do is just beat his chest and be territorial. But when it comes down to it, it ain't doing nothing in front of a grizzly bear.
I mean, it's gonna hit it.
It's knocking it out.
No, it's not.
I'm telling you. One just swipe, one raise of the finger.
Now here's a more daunting question for you: bear or tiger? Boom. Because you got to think just a Bengal, one of the just like apex cats in the animal kingdom. The Bengal tiger versus let's just say like a American grizzly bear, just out in the Yellowstone, coming out of his cave from hibernation. Boom, tiger right in his face. What's he doing? I think that
after hibernation, he's got to be hungry.
He wants it.
He wants
Yeah,
it.
I feel like you're just on edge.
That battle's just about who wants it more. That's what it comes down to. It's like a high school football game. Just who wants it more. I mean, anyone can win at any given moment. Anyone can win. But the man who does win is who wants it more.
It's just all up here.
And
It's a mental thing.
low man.
Low man.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I think the tiger gets it. Sorry.
Going back to your scenario, you know, coming out of hibernation, you know, when I wake up from a nap, you know, I'm on edge. I'm irritated. I'm looking for anything and anyone in my way to start a fight just because. So I'm gonna have to go with the fresh bear out of hibernation on that one.
Fresh bear out of hibernation.
Yeah.
Versus a tiger, but he's just like, you know, it's foaming from the mouth, drooling. He
Hey.
wants it.
I don't care.
He wants it.
I don't care. I'm going with the bear.
Low man wins.
I'm going with the
He's
bear.
lower.
Mhm.
He's
Okay,
lower.
but you put me lower against DeJuan Jones. Who's winning that battle?
I think you take his legs out. Sorry about it.
Hey, but DeJuan has a couple 100+ pounds on you.
Or drills.
Kappa.
Yeah, couple.
He's got a Kappa.
He's got a couple 100 on you.
That is a giant man.
That's a large
That
human.
is a Kodiak of a man.
Yeah, that is. He could probably fight a bear.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he probably could.
Shout out DeJuan.
He's like the
He's
mountain.
like Brick.
He's literally like the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Brick and Anchorman when he's riding the bear.
Shout out DeJuan, man. People don't understand like how like agile he is. Like he can move. Like he can run.
It's terrifying watching him just run.
Like he'll beat guys in sprints, and you're like, how? Because his strides just eat up grass.
And he's just a load. I mean, he's
He's a
huge, man.
freak.
He's what, 6'8"?
Yeah, he's 6'8".
6'8". 37-inch vertical leap.
I don't know about that.
I know about it.
He knows.
I know about it. But yeah, he's like what, like 360, 365,
Around that range.
6'8", nimble feet,
Oh yeah.
nimble ankles. What am I looking for? But he's just quick.
Yeah, one of
He's
those.
quick. You put him you put him in a 2-yard by 2-yard box. He is very, very fast. But then you put him in like a 60-yard run, and he is still very, very fast. I don't understand it. He just keeps getting faster and faster.
I know.
Donovan, let's get into your drip here for game day.
Right.
What does your typical game day drip look like? Because I know you don't no sleeves obviously.
Mhm.
You know, Paris wears his sleeves or whatever.
Going off that real quick. Sorry. Cold games like this past Saturday. Did you throw on like Tiger Balm or like Vaseline, or you just like say,
You raw
F it,
dog it.
F it, let's go?
First cold game we had, I believe that was
Michigan State, probably.
yeah, Michigan State. That was a little cold then. I just recently that night watched a video about Tiger Balm and like what it does. I think it was Booger McFarland talking about it, and like walking past the container of it, I was like, oh, I got to use it. So warm ups didn't use it. I was shaking out of my boots. I'm like, there's no way I'm about to play this game. Like anytime I get in my stance, the air goes like through my body, and that's
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, and that's not a good feeling at all. So as soon as I got the Tiger Balm, I just lathered it on me. Like I'm talking about a good seal of protection type of lather. And I got on the field and I didn't feel any wind for like the first half. And so I was like, I gotta do this every game. But now I'm wearing Mueller's now because I a little banged up now. Gotta put them on, and like there's no exposed skin really much anywhere. So like I didn't really feel the wind, and I didn't put anything on.
Well,
Yeah, I'll put some on. Like I put my Mueller's on, whatever, my elbow sleeves.
Mhm.
I'll put some on the underside of my arms. Just to help with the wind. But I mean, there were guys on the sideline that were like the offensive linemen who had just clumps of Vaseline on their arms.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, did you not even like rub it on? They just like slapped it on their skin.
we're good.
Yeah,
We're good, man. Didn't even rub it in, man. But your drip, what's your cleat, your go-to cleat? You like?
So go to cleat. I'm like Dorothy, man. I like wearing the red ones.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Red
like.
slippers.
Oh yeah.
It always
Oh,
fits.
I'm clicking them, man, because there's no place like home, man. That's a horseshoe. But I would say drip. I'm more of a minimalist. Paris, he has his arm sleeves.
the leggings.
And the other leggings. Dewan, he usually has his long sleeves. He usually has elbow pads. I don't really go that route. I just recently got into like wearing tights because I feel like I had to have something on. Other than that, man, I just let the arms show.
Just plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Gates of heaven. Let 'em
Well, just
show.
why not?
Mhm.
Yeah. Are you a big? Have you ever put on eye black for a football game?
Oh,
I tried once, but I'm a very dark individual, so I couldn't see it, and I got sad, so I haven't tried it since. But I probably could get back into it.
I'm really big into eye black.
let me just say, Toby's eye black this past
It was
Saturday.
terrifying.
At first, it was like
You
he
look
looked like a
Kiss.
guy from like Kiss because they had like 3 lines coming down, and then like the 3 lines disappeared, so it was just he looked like Batman.
And then
Literally
I had a-
fresh
I had a
from-
ski mask on.
yeah.
And I felt like Batman.
Mhm.
He's all of a sudden
Yeah,
just
yeah.
We
can't-
It's
can't
fre-
Red City,
fresh from
LA
Gotham.
playing.
I had something different.
Just gonna go.
Like I used to go just the big triangles, and then I went triangles with the nose, and then I went around the eye, triangle with the cross, and I did that for a couple weeks, and then I just keep changing it up. But I really liked what I did last week. That
You
was-
look good. I think you should do
I
that.
felt cool.
I think you should do that. This
Then the post game fit, if you still wearing your
Eye
suit
black in my
with the
suit.
eye black, with the slides on,
Mhm.
put a nice
Toes-
touch to it.
Toes just
the dogs are
clenching
out.
onto the
dogs
outside
are
part
out.
of my slides.
What's
What's some football advice that has helped you so far from your dad?
Well, my dad always told me that you just gotta play free, have fun. When you overthink things, that's when you usually tend to make mistakes. So just go out there and like play like you've been playing since you were like 6 years old, and you'll have fun. So I just kind of keep that with me. No one's perfect. So if you're gonna have a bad play, just wipe it off, get to the next one.
Yeah.
That's it. I like that one right there.
Who's the funniest guy on the team? Do you think?
That's a hard one. I would have to say.
I know this one.
I'm surprisingly I'm gonna have to go Enoch because I'm just
I love Enoch.
I'm like his locker's right across from mine. I think I talk to him probably the most, but he's hilarious.
Yeah. Whenever he laughs, I laugh immediately, and I don't even need to know the context
Yeah.
Mhm.
of what happened.
I'm gonna say, going off that, G Scott.
Oh, geez, hilarious. Yeah,
The things he does sometimes are they're really funny.
Tyleek is up there.
Tyleek.
Tyleek's up there. Who else? Ruggs is funny.
Ruggles.
Ruggles is funny. And
We're trying to
Jesse.
get them.
They're
Noah
just cool
Ruggles,
guys.
Jesse Murko, maybe a little Brad Robinson too. Talk about his little knee, but we'll get him on here soon.
Yeah. What was recruiting like from like obviously you got offered by Ohio State out the womb.
Uh huh.
So like
So
what was
immediately
that?
were you like, I
Can-
want it.
No.
Can we put a picture of a baby in incubation, or like just a baby picture of Donovan? We'll get one, and
Him just
just
holding up
put
like a-
him with like a offer, like a
Just
scholarship.
Buckeyes.
I can
Yeah,
take
signing his NIL. Or
Yeah.
NIL.
Find a day holding a baby and put Donovan's face on
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so recruiting for me, like my perception of recruiting was skewed. So I was offered in 8th grade, so I thought everyone was like that. So it wasn't until like I got here is when I realized that my recruiting was a little different. But yeah, I got offered by Memphis my 8th grade year, and the day after the summer going into like a couple days after going into like the summer of my freshman year of high school, I got offered by Ohio State. And then after that, just kind of kept rolling into my freshman year. But yeah, I was super grateful when I got the offer. My mom was ecstatic. My mom's from Cincinnati, dad's from Cleveland, so they were like over the moon when they knew I got offered by Ohio State. So that didn't really play into my recruiting, my parents being there. But when I visited here, I just fell in love with it.
How big were you in 8th grade? Like, give me some size. How tall? What weight? What numbers were you putting up in the weight room?
In 8th grade, I was 6'2". Weight wise, I think I was 270. My max. Well, actually, I started lifting when I was in 5th grade, but 8th grade, my like max bench squat, whatever. My max squat was 365, and my max bench at the time, I think it was 225. But
8th grade, last day of school, we're messing around in PE. I walk into the weight room in the junior high school, and I benched 95 pounds.
So probably same.
And
I don't remember what I had.
I'll say my lifting took a huge jump in my sophomore year. That's when like all my numbers just took a huge just jump up.
Yeah. So how did recruiting like that work in 8th grade? Because the coaches can't really talk to you. They can't reach out to you, right?
Yeah, they couldn't.
So like, how do you get your
how do you get offered
film? How do you get offered in the 8th grade?
So I was a part of my Little League team was the Cy-Fair Ravens. So I would literally send out my pee-wee huddle to college coaches. Then I would go to their camps. You know, if you don't know, the college camps, they separate you by grade, but they don't have an 8th grade level. So I'd go to their high school camps. So they just put me in the freshman lines. I do really well. Then like, okay, well, that kid needs to be put in the varsity lines, which is like the 12th grade, 11th grade area. And then I do really well there. They're like, oh, man, like, well, how old are you? And I'd say, like, how old's an 8th grader?
14.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'm 14. They're like, no way. And so they pull me off to the side. The O-line coach would talk to me. If I did really good that camp, the head coach would talk to me, and I'd just like show my interest, and I'll just go from there. Probably like a couple of days later, they'll contact my high school because they rules state they can't contact me directly, so they would contact my high school coach saying, "Hey, like we're gonna offer this kid. We're offering him right now. You know, just like trying to stay by the book, being able to follow the rules." So that's how I did it in like early stages.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What were your top 3? I mean, I bet you can look it up, but like, what was it between, like, which schools was it, and like, what made you choose Ohio State?
So, not including Ohio State, I would say my top schools were Texas A&M, University of Texas, Georgia, and Stanford.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a friend that goes to Stanford, so that's pretty.
Yeah, that was one to make the grandparents happy, but I would say all the schools had their pluses, but I would say Ohio State was just the best spot for me academically and athletically. You know, I came here in my last visit here as a recruit before COVID shut everything down was 2019 against Penn State, and so that's when like Chase went off and had like 3 sacks. But
I remember I'm in the locker room after the game with my dad. He goes, "That's Donovan Jackson." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah, he's in your grade." And I was like, "What?" Were you here like your freshman or sophomore year?
Yeah, I was.
On a visit?
Yeah, I was on a
I
visit.
was like an underclassman in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like looking at you like, who are you in this giant blue shirt?
Oh yeah, my high school colors were blue and white, Episcopal. But yeah, I what came to that game in 2019 in the hotel room, I told my dad, like, Dad, like I've never had so much fun before. Like I really love it here. Academics are great. Football's great. I want to commit. He's like, oh, let's wait a little bit. I was like, Dad, no, like for real. Like I've been to every school down in the South. You know, I feel like this is the spot for me. And he's like, all right, let's let Coach Day know. And Coach Day had no idea. He brought me into like an after recruit meeting, and be like, oh, I hope you enjoy your visit. What are your plans? And like going forward, I was like, well, my plans are actually to commit here. And I remember he like fell on the floor and stuff like that. It was a really cool experience.
Fell on the floor?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I think he did the same thing when I committed.
Yeah. What happened? What was your story?
Well, I was gonna go to Army or Air Force.
Navy or one of the
Army or Air Force. You know, really big historic programs. And I visited them, did my COVID windshield tour, and at the end of the day, I was just like, what? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
COVID windshield tour. You just, you know.
Look! Oh wow! Look at that! Look at that!
Oh, this is cool. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I was like, I don't want to be in the military.
And I recruited you.
Yeah. And so my dad's like, well, you know, if you wanted to, you can come here. It's gonna be hard, but you can do it. I believe in you. And I was like, all right. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I want to do it. I got into school, whatever. I'm like, I want to do this. And Herb was like trying to get me, and I was like, dude,
let's do this.
I'm coming.
And he was like, let's do this.
I'm coming. And so he was like, all right, well, my dad was like, all right, well, you have to call Coach Day or whatever. So I reached out to him. He called me, and I was like, yo, like, you just landed the best recruit of your life. No.
Good.
But I was just like, I want to do this. And he was like, let's go, man. And he was really pumped, but it was like, at the same time, it was really casual. Like, he didn't fall to the ground. I
didn't get a fall either. I was on a skiing trip for some reason.
There you go.
It was 2 days. Yeah, it was 2 days before Christmas, and he was like calling me. At first, he like offered me the like PWO, and I was like, yeah, like, awesome, thank you. Let me get some time to think about it. But knowing, I was like, I'm taking this 100%. But
time out for everybody who doesn't know what's a PWO.
Sorry, PWO, preferred walk-on, and that was like my goal going in, or like in high school. Not actually, that was like the initial goal, but like it was one of my goals, and I got that. It was awesome. Anyway, so like he called at first. He was like, yeah, call me whenever, like during the day. Called him like twice. He didn't answer.
Yeah, it was
like,
the same thing here.
And I was like, damn it.
I honestly had to wait like probably 2 days.
And then like I'm about to go to bed. I like put my phone up, and all of a sudden it was like, bzz, bzz. I'm like, what the? Coach Day. I'm like, oh. Chase, get out of here. That's my brother, Chase. I'm like, Chase, leave. I'm like, hello? He's just like, hey, Zach. Like, so, like, what'd you think? And I'm like, what are your thoughts? And I was just like, yeah, I'm all in. I'm 100% going. He's like, awesome. He's like, let's talk to your dad real quick. And then my dad and him had like a 35-minute conversation. I don't know what it was about. But yeah, that was basically it. He didn't fall on the floor or anything. He was just like, awesome.
Probably because he was already on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was ready.
That was it, though.
Do we want to talk about the game on Saturday or our beatdown? I mean, I kind of said my stuff.
Yeah,
I'll talk about it.
It was pretty. It was a vanilla victory.
It was cold.
I mean, they're cold. Indiana had some big old boys.
Chunkers, baby.
Dude, let me tell you, number 94, number 50, big old boys. Like
Yeah.
they were hard to move. Like I would say like obviously like I feel like our D line is better than theirs in practice and stuff like that. But like they had a very strong D line. If you're solo dolo blocking him, you got to
you kind of got to put your body.
You had to hunker down, put on your big boy britches.
Put your balls in a wheelbarrow and get to work.
Oh yeah, and you just got to run. And you
over your shoulder.
And you just got to get moving off the line. Hopefully mine makes a cut and takes it to the house, and he did a couple times. So
yeah,
he did.
They were. I mean, 94 was built like Bubble Bass from SpongeBob. Can you pull a picture of Bubble? Yeah. Pull a picture of
what a guy.
Marcus Elliott, and then you picked one of the hardest names ever.
Is he? I think he's a.
Sio Nofalaga Totola.
I think Knox said he's a Samoan.
Yeah.
Samoan.
Yeah, Samoan, not Tongan. Yeah.
Name.
Yeah, he's
like,
yeah.
It's like that or the other.
No, he says Samoan with a Tongan name, so he was like, I don't really know.
Yeah. It was cold, dude. We beat him down. Shout out Ben Crispin for getting in the game. That was huge.
Yeah, shout out 71.
Benjamin.
Come on, man.
The Paul Revere High School.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, looking forward to this away game in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun.
Was it College Park?
They got Tua's little brother.
Talia
Tagovailoa.
Very talented front, very talented defense. And you just gotta get after it this week in practice. It's gonna be a tough game, but
and then we all know
looking forward for the challenge. Oh yeah.
And that's a big week.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever go sightseeing?
No,
We do not.
I mean, I kind of fly in and you see
Abraham
stuff
Lincoln.
from the plane, and then like just driving to the hotel. But usually it's dark by then, so you can't really see anything.
We bus straight to the hotel. From the hotel, they might give you like maybe an hour to walk around the hotel, and they're like, "All right, now go to your rooms." And you wake up,
Coach
do a little.
comes by.
Yeah, Coach Day gives you a firm handshake before you go to bed, but then you wake up and you do your pregame rituals and whatnot, and you're off to the stadium.
What are your pregame rituals?
Not sure I can say that here. I'm playing. my pregame rituals is that I gotta drink a milkshake before I go to
It's got to
bed.
be hot.
We talked about
Yeah.
it.
It's got to be hot. Steele and Kay didn't know what I was talking about.
And let's
These
talk.
these
I
milkshakes
actually got to
gotta
ask about that. What because you said it was spicy, like a spicy milkshake.
No, it's not. It's just so thick
It's like
that it like burns down your throat.
Okay, so for the people, I've had like 4 or 5 people text me like, "What is a spicy milkshake?" That is right.
It's
there.
just really thick.
And cold.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's good,
Mm.
but I gotta have one before I go. I gotta down at least 4 Gatorades to feel good about hydration, and then me and Josh usually might get something to eat from the local area on like DoorDash,
It's always
whatever.
McDonald's. Though.
Yeah, it was.
Good choice.
It's always McDonald's.
Well, when we were at Northwestern, it was I think it was Portillo's. Yeah, so that was a good change up.
What's
But-
Portillo's?
Good change up.
I don't-
You never had
The
ever.
sandwiches, they douse it in the
Yeah.
sauce and the gravy, and then they have the famous chocolate cake.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
yeah. We didn't eat a chocolate cake because we were like we gotta wake up and do athletic stuff.
Portillos all weekend. I thought it was Portillos.
No.
Good Spanish accent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tortilla.
Double L does not make a Y in this case.
So
Pre-game
pregame meal is normally pasta, right? Usually,
Mm.
but when we have a noon game, it's pasta or breakfast. What do you do?
So I feel like I have to get breakfast in the morning. I feel like if it's a noon game, I can't just shovel in some pasta in my gut and just call it a day because I feel like I feel like my body just doesn't work like that. I usually get like cup of grits. I've always been a grits guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, put some cheddar grits. Throw in a slap of butter in there, make it nice and
Salt.
fancy. Yeah, some salt.
Southern boy.
Yeah, Southern boy. But no. Then I get some bacon and
Any hash browns?
yeah, some hash browns. Bacon hash brown grits is what I always get on noon games.
We just wanted to thank you guys for listening to our podcast, and we wanted to thank our friends at Scarlet and Gray Sports Network.
And shout
Sports
out
Radio, Scarlet and Gray Sports Radio Podcast Network.
shout out Tostitos.
Shout out
Throw it up there.
Tostitos,
Throw it up there.
Blockbuster, Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream,
Jenny's on
DK Diner,
Shout out DK.
the area of Cincinnati.
I don't know what you're talking about. We'll just wrap this up here.
Shout out H-Town.
Gents, we really appreciate you watching, listening, all the support the past couple of weeks. Get ready, Buckeye Nation. It's almost game day.
It's almost game day.